The Divinity of Christ Explained. Welcome to Bible on the Go with Dr. Dan. There is a term in systematic theology called Christological, the study of Christ. It deals with basic concepts having to do with the person and work of Christ, and there are, of course, many passages in the New Testament that teach us about Christ and his nature, but there are three I would like to point out to you that just kind of stay there and really communicate it and teach about his divinity as well as his humanity. I thought I'd give you a sample from each. The first one, the first passage is in Philippians 2, 5 through 11. It's commonly known as the Christ hymn of Philippians. But in this Christ hymn, so much is said about the nature of Christ. Here's a sample beginning at verse 6. Who, existing in the form of God, did not consider equality with God something to be exploited. Instead, he emptied himself by assuming the form of a servant, taking on the likeness of humanity, and when he had come as a man, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even to death on a cross. Wow! You want to read that whole passage? It's amazing. Well, the second passage is in the great Pauline epistle of Colossians. Now, Philippians was a prison epistle of Paul, and Colossians is also a epistle of Paul, and the passage reign is Colossians 1, 15 through 20. Here's a sample beginning at verse 19. For God was pleased to have all his fullness dwell in him, and through him to reconcile to himself, whether things on earth or things in heaven, by making peace through his blood shed on the cross. Wow, that's a powerful one too, and so important because the book of Colossians is really a epistle written to fight false teaching about the nature of Christ. So it's really powerful and appropriate in this epistle. Well, the last Christological passage I want to tell you about is from that one epistle that we don't know who wrote it, the epistle to the Hebrews. And this passage is in the first 14 verses of Hebrews chapter 1. It's extremely powerful, and I saved it to the last because I think it's just so good, and I'm just going to read down to verse 6, starting from verse 2 to verse 6. Here it is. In these last days, he has spoken to us by his Son. God has appointed him heir of all things and made the universe through him. The Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact expression of his nature, sustaining all things by his powerful word. After making purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high, so he became superior to the angels, just as the name he inherited is more excellent than theirs. 3 Christological passages: Philippians 2, 5 through 11, Colossians 1, 15 through 20, and Hebrews 1, 1 through 14. A treasure in the New Testament. Thanks for watching Bible on the Go with Dr. Dan. If you like these videos, one of the most helpful things you can do is subscribe. But I appreciate all of you who share and who watch the videos as well. Thank you very much. Praise God.